Hello and welcome to Loch Lubnaig. Here's the 10 most frequently asked questions about visiting here and my top tips. Loch Lubnaig is our go-to place for a Highlands fix, offering both stunning views over the loch to the mountains, as well as ease of access, being less than an hour away from Edinburgh and Glasgow. And whilst it is a popular beauty spot, many people simply miss it driving up from the Central Belt on their way to Glencoe and the Highlands and Islands. Which is a shame because it's right off the main road, so no diversions needed, and you would be missing out on some really picturesque views if you were to simply drive past. So the most asked question about Loch Lubnaig is, when is the best time to visit? Well, I guess this depends on your personal preferences. Some people prefer summer when on a warm day like this, it's like a beach with people swimming, having barbecues, and generally having a good time. It does get busy though, so you might have some difficulty parking. For me, the best time is November to February, when, if you're lucky, you get a bright winter day with snow on the tops, like we saw here. And if you're even luckier, you get a day with no wind. The loch will be like a mirror with Ben Ledi reflected in it, and it just looks stunning. But you know what? Anytime's a good time. So the second most asked question was, how do I get here and where do I park? Well, most first-time visitors will be coming from the direction of Stirling and coming through Doon, as we see here. And yep, that's the castle from Outlander and Game of Thrones. And then through Callendar, as we can now see. The final run-in from Callendar on the A84 has great views, but be careful. You can find that people aren't used to driving on the left, or drive erratically as they're admiring the landscape, or they suddenly stop to park. Be aware too, as is just going to be shown on the sign on the left, that you should only park in approved spots like this one. And the police do actually check. There are some quite tight bends here as well, so just be careful here, especially if there's some of the wider camper vans coming around. But you will see a sort of first view of the loch coming up on the left. And just follow the road round again. And the loch should be coming up again on the left. If you're after a quick stop, the south car park coming up might work better. And we should see the sign coming up here. There it is. Again, it's quite a tight turn, so just be prepared for it. If you want sort of the better views and the facilities, though, keep going to the north car park. It's a bit of a roller coaster, this road to drive, and the turn left is again a quite sharp one, so take care. Just keep going and admire the view for a couple of 100 meters. The sign should just be coming up on the left. There it is. Again, it's quite a sharp turn, so just be careful. And we've arrived. So the car park is relatively small, especially on sort of busy summer days, but a lot of people just stop just for a selfie. So there's quite a lot of churn, and you can usually find a spot if you wait it out. Parking is pay and display and was £1 per hour as of September 2025, and all day parking was £5, with bikes and cycles getting to park for free. Good for them. I didn't see any electric charge points, so maybe charge in Callendar if your EV is getting thirsty. My top tips are come early as the car park can get full, bring change for the machines in case the card reader isn't working, and check the Trossachs National Park Authority social media pages as they're really good at providing info on when the car parks are full, especially in summer. My secret tip is if you are short of time and it's busy, keep going past the North Car Park, and there is limited um, free roadside parking spots here with access to the shore for anyone needing that speedy selfie. So the third most frequently asked question was, can I swim here? And whilst it was a bit of a rarity to see anyone swimming here a few years back, in recent years, the popularity of wild swimming has really taken off. And we see people swimming on most visits, and that includes in the middle of winter, as you can see in these photos here. Most people wear wetsuits, even in summer, because the water stays cold all year round. And, I think it really makes sense to check local advice from the national park on that. So, question number 4. What facilities are available at Loch Lubnaig? Well, it's actually quite well equipped for a day out. There's public toilets right next to the cabin in the North Car Park, as we can see here. And there's a cafe where you can get hot drinks, snacks, even ice cream. And there's picnic areas with benches overlooking the water. It's really good for a sort of packed lunch whilst looking at the views. So, question number 5. Can you grill or barbecue at Loch Lubnaig? Well, it's a great place for a picnic or a barbecue, and there's plenty of tables, each with metal plates, as we can see here. There's strict rules, though, about disposal of hot ashes. So just make sure to check out those rules before you start putting your sausages on the barbie. Next secret tip is that people often just use the benches at the Loch Shore, which admittedly has the best view. But if you go a bit past the cabin, you will find even more tables. Question number 6. How big is the loch? It's relatively small at around 3 miles long, but it's perfect for a half day explore without feeling too overwhelming. Average depth is around 6 meters or around 20 feet, but it plunges to a maximum of 45 meters or 140 feet. And that's why it's great for boating, but swim smart, as I mentioned in an earlier question, because the water does get quite cold because of the depth. Despite its size, it feels quite vast with those surrounding mountains. And as a friend said to me when visiting for the first time, it's the perfect Highlands in miniature. Question number 7. Can you fish here? You bet you can. And these guys actually set up when we were filming. You do need a permit though, which you can get from the cabin. So question 8, can you hike, canoe and paddleboard here? Again, absolutely yes. It's one of the best spots in Scotland for it. The north-south orientation keeps the loch sheltered from winds, making it calm and ideal for paddling. If you launch from either the north or south car parks, it's super convenient. If you're lucky, you might even spot some wildlife like otters along the way. There's numerous trails. At the South Car Park, for example, you will find Sloch nan Sianach, also known in English as the Fairy Hollow. It's part of the Bliss Trail, which combines art, history, and scenery. Question number 9. Do you need a permit to camp at Loch Lubnaig? Yes, you do if you're camping between March and September in the designated camping management zones. It's due to the National Park bylaws in order to protect the environment. You can get permits online or at visitor centres, and they cost around 10 to 15 pounds per night. But check the website to get the exact details and the current price. Wild camping is okay elsewhere as long as you follow the Scottish Outdoor Access Code, i.e., leave no trace and camp responsibly. Question 10. How accessible is Loch Lubnaig for disabled guests and people with reduced mobility? Well, there are accessible toilets in the North Car Park, and I know there is currently free parking for blue badge holders, as we can see here on the parking meter. The surface of the car park is tarmac, which is great for wheelchair users, but I think some people would struggle without specialist chairs to access the shore, which can be both rocky and sandy in places. Well, that was the 10 most asked questions about Loch Lubnaig and my top tips, which I hope have given you info that you were looking for. If not, just let me know what questions you wanted asking in the comments, and I will do my best to answer those. I do these videos just for fun. I'm really just starting out, so it would be really great and give me some encouragement if you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, safe travels, and see you in the next vlog. Cheery.